Guys, women are expecting you to do a majority of the work up front in the courting phase. They're expecting you to figure out how to see them, to text them, to be on top of planning the dates, figuring out good restaurants. They're expecting that. So whether or not you want to kick things around and be like, I don't want to do that, or I should be chased, whatever. The odds are not in your favor because women are very adamant about being courted. Unfortunately, now most men want to be chased, they want to be courted, they want to be texted first, they want to be shown their worth, all of the things. Which, if that's where you're at, I'm not even going to fight you on it. You're just not going to get a woman. Where I was getting at with this is that men that want to plan dates and want to court women, they have the upper hand right now. You can basically get any girl you want if you're bringing confidence and stuff to the table and you're not a psycho. But you could basically get any girl you want because that's what girls are looking for, and it's a dying breed.
So I think what's being lost in translation as these men will court. They want reciprocity. They want you to give them the same energy back that they're giving you. Man in the comments says, we want reciprocity. We will court. But we want to know our efforts are not in vain, that we are not being used. While we are courting and you really like us, then tell us. That will give us the drive to try harder. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Period.
Because women will try to fix it before it falls apart, but men will try to fix it after.
Well, what do you mean by fix? Do you mean tell your man thinks he can do better? Women fix relationships the same way they fix everything. They tell a man to do it. Women aren't out here trying to make themselves better wives or girlfriends. Women will work very hard to get better at a lot of different things. They'll try to look better. They'll try to be better moms. They'll try to improve at their job. But you ask a woman, like, what did you do to be a better wife or girlfriend today? She will laugh at you because they don't think there's any room for improvement. They just don't.
A lot of women are fumbling good men because they're abusing them for something that the last man did. And a good man will try to love a woman past her pain, but she will take full advantage of his kindness and verbally, mentally, and physically abuse that man until he can't take anymore. Some women are so jaded and their guard is up to the point where they cannot love nor receive love. But you need to let that hurt go before getting into a relationship and wasting a man's time. You're only trying to control a man because you're mad at what that guy did.
If a woman is always blaming you for things in the relationship, it means that she will cheat on you. If a woman is always blaming you, she's perfect, she never does anything wrong. I call this type of woman the professional victim. She is always a victim all the time. Whenever something goes wrong in the relationship, you're the one that she wants to blame. She says that it's your fault. She finds a way to justify all of the things she did wrong. Guess what, my brother? You will be the reason she cheats also. She uses everything to justify her shit. My name is Coach Nani. I've spent about 7 years vetting women, taking women out on coffee dates, vetting them. Why? Because men pay me to go out and find them the good women. Serious men who want a relationship, who want to invest in a professional matchmaker to find the one. If I find that a woman is a professional victim, and she lacks the ability to actually say, you know what? I was actually wrong here. Nani, I called myself out. I was actually wrong here. This part was actually my fault. If everything that goes wrong, she finds a way to blame the guy. She blames the guy. She blames the guy. I call it shit. She's a professional victim, and she's most likely to cheat on you. This is the type of woman who's most likely to cheat on you. If you love yourself, my brother, stay away from women who are professional victims. This woman will break your heart and leave you high and dry. Like this video, actually share it. We need more brothers to see this video. We need more brothers to see this video for every man to stay away from a professional victim. Like it, tell me what you think in the comment section.
3 clear signs she's not actually from God. Number 1, James 3:16. If her presence consistently stirs jealousy, competition, or insecurity in you, pay attention to that. God does not lead through confusion or comparison. A woman sent by him won't thrive on control or rivalry. She'll bring peace, not inner chaos, into your life. Number 2, Proverbs 14:1. Notice what her words do over time. Do they build you up or slowly tear you down? If there's manipulation, belittling, or subtle jabs disguised as jokes, that's not wisdom. Godly influence strengthens what it touches, not weakens it. And number 3, Micah 6:8. Humility matters. If accountability turns into defensiveness, correction becomes drama, or everything is always someone else's fault, that's a red flag. A woman from God will walk with humility and be willing to grow, not constantly project her ego. Don't ignore patterns in the name of grace. Discernment is not judgment. God's intentional about who he brings into your life, and a woman who's truly sent from him will reflect his heart through her humility and wisdom and a presence that leads you closer to peace and obedience.
A lot of these women out here don't even have positive words for themselves. They don't even have positive words for themselves. So when they get in front of you, they say that a man is negging them out, but they not looking at the things that they say to a man because they think it's a joke. They're not really speaking life into the man because a lot of them can't really even speak life into themselves.
Women look at feminism and they feel like they have to be grateful for it because it gave them all these opportunities to be in the same industries as men and to do whatever. But it was never for them. It was always just this big scheme to get women out of the home, to make the birth rates plummet, to make marriages fall apart. It was a CIA propaganda operation to literally get women to start paying taxes. And also it's causing a lot of competition and no contribution in marriages. Like it's just competition between man and woman, unfortunately. I don't think there's anything wrong with women working at all. I think that's great. I'm a very hard worker. I always have been, but it is for my husband and our family and the benefit of us. It's never going to be independent from my husband or to be in competition with him. And a lot of women, they're like, you need to be independent. That's why you need to work. You have to be able to make your own money. I genuinely enjoy what I do. I have a message to share and also to help my family and benefit my husband and our future together.
Hey, quick question for you. What do you look for in a man in modern day?
Not you.
It's always hilarious to me when a girl's acting like this while strutting around a street full of clubs. And this is the female disease coming into 2026. A girl with unattractive behaviors that portrays herself as inaccessible when she's literally curated her whole outfit to seek attention. You know, she thinks she's got the got you moment when she tells him, not you. Okay, if not you, what? Well, I know exactly what. She's about to go to a club and shake ass on a guy for a few shots of tequila while he's got another girl waiting at home for him. As a woman, the only way you should have this attitude and energy is by this time of night, you're in your deep sleep, REM cycle, going. Ticking away. As a female, non-negotiable criteria, if you are not in bed by 9 p.m, that is enough reason for me not to date you. What are you doing outside of your bedroom at 9 o'clock at night? Let alone strutting around the street half naked, giving it the big I am. When guys like me, guys with status, we know about girls like you. 10 minutes after that video, she was begging the guy in the booth to let her and her ugly friends inside, just so they could highlight a couple of Instagram stories and forget that as a woman, you're meant to hold some form of self-worth. Gentlemen, stay clear of women like this. Do better, work harder, and hold your standards high.
Do not need men. They are an added bonus and fun in our life.
I love men. We need men. Only men can be fathers. They are irreplaceable. Thank you for being willing to risk your life and even sacrifice your life for other people. I think women, we're used to saying, we love mothers. We need women. All of that is true. And we shouldn't be afraid to express that same gratitude and respect for men because men, we need you and we appreciate you.
Unpopular opinion. A lot of women are not as emotionally mature as they claim to be or that they've convinced you that they are. Because emotional maturity is the ability to understand, manage, and express your feelings and your emotions in a healthy way inside of your relationship whenever you're facing challenges, especially whenever you're mad. And whenever most women get upset, the only feeling that they know how to express in that moment is anger. Self-awareness leaves the building. Self-regulation is gone. Empathy is not there. Accountability never even enters at all. We ain't going to even mention that word. That's going to make them a little bit madder. And they no longer know how to communicate in a healthy manner. But they're emotionally mature. But that's not something that can just come and go. Because when you're emotionally mature, you're very mindful of your emotions and you're mature enough to handle them. Think about it.
What is the grounding for you wanting to wait until marriage? What's the reason? Are you religious? It didn't come from religion, but I am religious. I actually found Christianity on my own, and it was just before I started being a bikini barista, which is ironic. And I actually get a lot of hate for this, but I prayed for a job, and I prayed for financial stability, and that's the job I got.
God works in mysterious ways.
That's the most good shit I've heard, but okay. You prayed to God, and God directed you into sex work.
Not, but bikini barista. Fans, I will admit, I think that is relatively on maybe a sinning side, but everyone sins. Honestly, I'm so proud of myself because I've come so far and I found this on my own. And I started going to church by myself and I started talking to people there. And my favorite thing is meeting grandmas there, and they're so sweet.
So you go to a church?
Live their best life. Yes. Well,
what's the denomination of the church you go to?
Like which one?
Do you go to multiple churches?
No, I just go to one, but I'm moving, so I need to find a new one.
The one you've been going to, what denomination is it?
Honestly, it's Christianity.
It's not denominational. And even if it wasn't, she doesn't know. She doesn't know. She doesn't care. She goes there and it gives her a good feeling. She feels like I was out there acting crazy before is what this is telling me. I was out there acting crazy before. So the fact that I even ended up here is a blessing in and of itself. She don't know what she's supposed to be doing. It sounds crazy because it is crazy to a normal Christian. But in her mind, she's like, well, I'm just trying to get everything that I can. I needed a job that's going to provide for me. And I prayed. I don't think this is, for me, it's unconventional, but, it's not what I would have thought as a Christian I should be doing, but I prayed for a job and this is the job that came up. And this lets you know, even though she's sincere in her heart, a lot of modern women don't have discernment. They don't have discernment to say, oh, well, I know this is probably the first opportunity I got, but this is probably not the way for me to go. Instead of talking to somebody in church, which would be relatively easy, you can just walk up to anybody at that point with that and say, hey, listen, I've been praying for a job and this is the job opportunity that came up to me. I don't really have any money. And so I just started going to church here. What do you think? And pretty much any Christian is going to say, no, that's not it. That's not it. Listen, give me a couple days. I'm going to try to find somebody that has a little something for you. But if at all possible, don't do that. Don't do that. You try to make another way, but not that.
I ain't gonna lie. When the girlies start talking about the things they won't do for a man, as far as I'm concerned, when I get my future man of God, I'm ready to cook, clean, and shut up. And it's when I get to that shut up part that they're like, why would you say that? I'm like, shh, give me a second shot. Let me explain. Back in the day, a man used to ask a woman if she was spoken for. Like, you got a man, you belong to somebody type of vibe. Well, I like to take that literally. When I say I'm ready to shut up, it's because I'm ready to be spoken for. And a lot of the women who be going to war about this, not only are they not spoken for, but their man that they're seeking is speaking for everyone but them, and that's not their fault. And also, do not shoot the messenger. I'm all for being an independent woman, but baby, I'm tired. I'm ready to be spoken for because frankly, I talk too much. Case in point, hey, did you order the large curry chicken with rice and peas, cabbage, a side of mac, extra gravy, large fruit punch, no ice? Yeah, it'll be $32.98. How are you paying? Cash or card? Card. Or, yeah, ma'am, it looks like you need a new catalytic converter, brake pads, windshield wipers, and a new car. You want to get that taken care of today? Do y'all take Afterpay? Or my least favorite. Yeah, shawty, you feel me? You look good. You smoke, you trying to kick it, you trying to kick it. I have a gun. Ready to shut up. Ask my man of God what size tire I need. Because if you ask me, I'm going to tell you I need a medium 5W20R. And that's not right. And maybe it's just me because I could stand alone, baby. I ain't never had a problem. However, if you are also a woman of God who is ready to shut the faith up and let her man of God be the man of God that the God has called him to be, let the church say, amen.
Women don't understand it takes two to tango.
Name one thing that women created. 8 billion people.
Girls, we've got stuff like this you just laugh at. Name one thing women created and she put 8 billion people. The last time I checked, you needed men to make babies. And I think she failed biology class because men dictate whether it's a male or female. and men give life. You just hold it in there. Because I don't know what human on earth, not no virgin birth like Mary, but can conceive or make a child without the opposite sex. And this is not no bash on women, because a lot of people tend to think I do that. But women have to understand you do have power in that you decide the future of the kids that get born. And I always say we work together better than we do apart. So why not look past that? A lot of women want to compete with men. We built most of the infrastructure because we try to make life easier for everybody. For you, our future kids, our kids' kids' kids. You know what I'm saying? But women always find a reason to say, nah, women did this and women did that. I'm not saying y'all didn't do anything, but you just didn't do more than men. I'm just saying.
And the problem is, so many modern women like to get out of the car at the wrong moment, as if they said anything. Get your stupid behind back in the car. You ain't said nothing that's worth a mic drop. That's worth walking off on. Get back in the car.
Why can't you love a woman and then her like having ambition? Why does it have to be that you like a woman because she has ambition or vice versa? Why do they have to? Why can't they just coexist?
That statement precisely identifies the problem. Women don't give a fuck about what men want. Thank you for proving my point.
What?
You just said why should it be that way? Like you said, okay, let me rephrase what you just said back in Womanese to you. Men, right, have to understand what women want to get attention from women and or have sexual access. Women, on the other hand, don't have to know or understand men to get attention from men. And I would take it a step further. Not only do you guys not have to do it, you guys don't want to do it because you know that men are going to come to you no matter what. So when women go ahead and pursue a career and make money, and those other stuff, it doesn't benefit us, but you guys are like, fuck it, I don't care what you want. I'm going to do what I want to do, and then you need to accept me anyway. That's the same logic as if I said, well, you know what? I'm just going to be a hobo. I'm going to be fat. I'm going to be a loser. I'm not going to be charming, and bitches should want me anyway. That doesn't work. So effectively, like you guys make fun of incels, like, oh, you get no bitches. A lot of you guys are femcells. You're not going to get into a relationship because you guys don't do what's required or care about becoming attractive to a male partner.
And the reason they don't is because they have fucking bitch ass niggas in the GM telling them how beautiful and how amazing they are and how they would, if they had a chance with them, they would change their life.
You said
that's what I mean.
And I don't want to.
This is modern women trying to make a problem. You're looking for somebody that shares your values. You're looking for somebody that is going in the same direction that you're going in. So if she has ambition, I like that trait. If she has tattoos, I have tattoos, I like that. If she's promiscuous, I was a little promiscuous in my day, I like that. Right? You go on cruises and you wear a certain shirt, they say, and then now you kind of in seen in a certain group. But if that's what he's doing, if that's what whoever bring it up, that's what y'all are doing. Because y'all are kind of, I'm just giving extreme examples, but y'all are going in the same direction. You don't have to make a problem about everything. If he's an ambitious guy, if he's a guy that's really driven, perhaps he might like you. Oh man, wow, she's driven like I am. She's going in her direction. I'm going in my direction. We come together. Imagine what we can do. Imagine what we can build. I'm good at finance. She's good at overall business or sales or whatever it is. I can do the finances. She can do the sales. Man, we can build a powerhouse. We're a team, man. How do you do this? Well, my husband does the books. I do the selling. And we make a great team. That's why we have this big house. That's why we have these beautiful children. You know, we make a great team. But y'all think that men should just love y'all for existing. And that is not at all it.
50-50. Basically, women do all the chores. They do all the cooking and the cleaning. They also pay half the bills. They work 40 hours a week while also bearing children and taking care of all of the children. That is what a man thinks in his head when he thinks 50-50. And somehow that's fair to them. I don't understand that. How dare you want a man to provide for you? How dare you want to be a stay-at-home mom?
Yeah, that's because we've been telling men this entire time that we don't need a man, that we got it, we can handle it, we're boss babes. And the majority of men don't expect you to do everything in a 50-50 relationship. You're still only paying 50% of the bills. Would you rather pay 100%? A lot of men have zero issues keeping a house clean by themselves. And the majority of men I've interacted with are in relationships with women that make significantly less than them. So they're really not paying a full 50-50 of the bills. They're paying probably 30 or even less. I've also seen countless relationships where a woman says, yeah, if you provide for me, I'll do everything around the house. And so he's like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And then dinner is made maybe once a week and it's a toaster strudel or something from a can. And while those dinners are okay once in a while, that's the only thing you make. But he's supposed to pay all the bills for that.
A woman has the attitude, what do I need men for? My assignment is answer that question. So what do I need men for? I've done a lot of informal surveys. I'd ask the women, think about how many women that you know are for you. They're your friends. How many women does it take to make you feel as safe as one man you know is for you? And I've watched them and they're thinking and thinking and thinking. And then they start to shake their heads. There is no number of women that makes a woman feel as safe as one man that she knows is for her.
This is so perfectly put. So many modern women are clueless to this reality. We have lost the full concept of a man's true value and purpose in this society. You can see this deception perfectly in how we've forgotten that men build, maintain, and protect everything we know and love. But we can undo this backwards mindset by purposefully shifting perspectives with conversations like this. God bless.
Why are so many women asking for a 6-figure lifestyle but failing at the things that literally cost $0?
Yeah.
It's become the new normal. You want the rent paid, the nails done, the new car, and you even expect him to cover the bill when you and your friends go out. You're asking for a high-tier financial commitment. But here's the crazy part. A man's actual needs, they're free.
Yeah.
He wants loyalty.
Yeah.
He wants respect. He wants you to actually listen when he talks and maybe show some genuine affection without him having to beg for it. He's looking for a woman who can say, I'm sorry, and actually mean it.
Right.
He wants kindness and a partner who makes him feel wanted. None of that costs a dime. If you can't provide the free stuff, the peace, the support, the accountability, how can you justify demanding a lifestyle that costs him everything? When you say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Stop looking for a provider until you're ready to be a partner.
I was dating someone who at the time was living overseas. He had gone and taken a job in Central America. And I went with a girl from my school who also had a boyfriend, but her boyfriend was at home. For the next 6 weeks, I'm not kidding. First of all, she would beg me to go out at night. I was like, why am I going out? Like, all I did was pine over my boyfriend was not there. So I was like writing love poetry in my little book. And like, it was really, listen, it was like I was 16, but I mentally kind of was because it was my first boyfriend ever. And I just was delayed like that. So it was like, just love this and miss. And she spent every single week of the trip trying to hook up with a rando. I mean, I want to kiss a boy. And I was like, don't you have a man? She was like, yeah, but he's not here. And I was like, oh. I was so horrified by her behavior. I actually was like, this can't be true.
When you're in a relationship, you're supposed to move differently. Point blank. You have to think of that other person all the time. You have to think about how your actions would make them feel. Yes, you're grown, you can do whatever you want, but in a relationship, you can't because you have to respect that person all the time. You have to move a certain way out of respect. If you feel like, oh, I'm so grown, ain't nobody finna tell me what to do, I ain't finna be doing all that, and that's for little boys or little girls or whatever, you don't need to be in a relationship then. I ain't finna be coming home at no certain time. Ain't nobody finna be controlling me and telling me what to do and running me. You don't need to be in a relationship then. There is a huge difference in how somebody can move in a relationship and how somebody can move that's single. It's not about being controlled or your partner being insecure or anything like that. It's about respect. A relationship is selflessness all the time. Well, if I did X, Y, Z, that'll make them feel like this. You have to consider them all the time. Don't do anything to them that you won't want them to do because you will have a problem. People can always say what the other person doing, but if somebody do it to them, then they got the problem. You should have had a problem when you did it to them if you really cared. And you need to surround yourself with people who understand and respect that.
You need to be around people who respect your relationship. Not somebody trying to boost you up to hang out late when you know you're supposed to be at home, run around and cheat and do stuff like that. You know better, but you don't need to be around anyone who's trying to push up on you to do that behavior and trying to coerce you into that behavior. I'm not going to affiliate myself with anybody who has something to say about me being loyal or has a problem with me being loyal to the person I'm with. Oh, they control you, they run you. Yep, they do. They do. I mean, when nobody can tell you what to do back in that, well, they can tell me now. They jealous and mad because they don't have what you have, or they want the person themselves and trying to ruin it, and you don't even see it. Do not put yourself in certain situations and certain settings to be disloyal to your partner, period.
That's pretty much the long and short of it. You don't got to be here. You don't have to be here. You're here because you want to be here. So because you're here because you want to be here, then there are certain things that you subscribe to do and you happy with it. You make it work. That's just the long and short of it.
Women must destroy feminism once and for all. Feminism convinced women that if they're successful, dominant, and independent, they are going to gain more value. No wonder so many high-achieving women feel that the more successful and intelligent I am, the harder it is to find a good man. I'm sorry, but no, that's wrong. It's not harder to meet good men. It's that most of you keep believing that the most valuable thing about you is your intelligence, your dominance, and your independence. But that's not the case. Strong men, the ones who want to provide for you and bring you peace and love and give all of them to you, they don't find any of those qualities attractive at all. No, they do not envy you. No, they're not insecure. They just don't want to be with somebody who carries the same masculine energy and traits that they already have. When you lead with masculine traits, you do not attract strong men. You attract a different kind of man. You attract a man that wants a second mom, a man who wants to be led, a man who is passive and calls it, I just go with the flow, a man who wants to live within your frame. Avoid those men and fast because they are broken. Good men, on the other hand, the real ones, they already have intellect, independence, structure, and empires that they have built. And what are they looking for? Someone to pour into, someone to protect and cherish, not a competitor to battle over who's smarter or who's more dominant. If a man wants to give his all to his woman, it's not to prove that he's better than her. It's because he wants to lead her into something beautiful. Feminism sold you the biggest bullshit lie. Be more like a man to win. But the truth is, my ladies, masculine men crave and desire feminine energy, which is graceful, receptive, warm, and soft. They don't crave another boss in the bedroom or the house. So drop the nonsense, embrace what actually draws in masculine men, because the right man doesn't want to fight you for the throne. He wants to build one with you by his side, not against him. So ask yourself, are you chasing value through dominance, or are you ready to attract a real man through your femininity?
You're going to have to come with some significant firepower to get one of these brothers. I can tell you that right now. But instead of her saying that to the ladies, you heard what she said, all this nonsense about, oh, you have to make him stop, or you have to walk away. Sis, you are not impacting anything by walking away. For every one of you sisters that walks away, I guarantee you there are about 3 Brunas and Gretas right now waiting in the wings. Okay? I can promise you that. Waiting in the wings to take your spot. My brother, Dr. B, he specializes in the Dominican Republic. He said it the other day. He said, listen, let me tell you something. The sisters over, and we're talking about black women now, Afro-Latinas. We're not even talking about the Blancas or any other race of women. We're talking about black women in the diaspora, in the Caribbean and whatnot, Afro-Latin world. He said, listen, let me tell you something. The Dominicanas over there, they do not consider black American women as competition at all, not one bit. They do not consider them competition. Not one bit. And the same thing is true for the ladies in Brazil. The same thing is true for the ladies in Colombia. The same thing is true for the ladies in Panama. The same thing is true for the ladies in Venezuela. We know Venezuela got freed up. We know what's about to happen in a minute. Venezuela and Cuba. We know what's about to happen there. You think these sisters are shaking in their boots because of sisters from black America? No. What black American women need to do is tighten up.
And he's exactly right. He's exactly right. That makes the line shorter for them. Well, I just want to respect myself. Do that. Do it. Do it. But you thinking that, well, you got to start doing this, 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 and this. There's women that are signing up that want that. They want a quote unquote high value man, a man that's in high demand. They want that. So you can get, as a matter of fact, for you, it says more about you if you say, listen, this is the man I'm going to go for. Men, there's men that respect you. If you come up and say, well, you know, I was interested in this guy over here, but you know, he's not disciplined. Like I see a lot of guys out here that are not disciplined. You know, they got a lot of money, but you know, they don't have a lot of discipline. I'm looking for a man that's stable. Like I try myself to be stable and disciplined, and I do this, 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 and this. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I do that too. Now, and y'all start talking about whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you like to do, all that sort of stuff, right? But you know, he's still going to be in demand. The best thing for you to do would be to walk away from him and find somebody that's more on your level. Find somebody that's more your speed and get to know them.
So height matters?
Yeah.
But guys can't change how tall they are.
I mean, y'all always expect us to be short.
I don't judge people based on stuff they can't change, because that's just wrong.
No, I agree. I completely agree
cool.
with that statement.
So when you say height matters, you're judging based on something they can't change. Okay. So the point of this interview
But that's a preference.
is your preference is invalid because you can't change it. It
no,
could be
invalid.
Yeah.
That's an invalid preference.
Why? But I can't change it. I can't change it.
Hey, she's a 3 and she's a 2. I'm just being real.
Well, you know what? Piece of shit.
I'm just being real. I'm being real.
I have been called a pick-me. I have been called a foul woman. I have been called vile. I have been, basically, you name it, I've been called it by women because of the content that I push out. But my question is, why is it so foul or vile or a pick-me to simply promote having intimacy and bedroom activities with your already husband? Like, you're already married to him. Why aren't you doing him? That's my question. And honestly, if you're not doing him, why are you with him? Why are you with him? If you don't like my content because you're not having a bedroom life with your partner, why are you with him? Seriously. I'm happily married. My man is well taken care of. Nuts drained daily. That man comes home happy every single day. Leaves the house happy every single day. I've already been picked. I know how to keep my good man.
Yo, this is the final boss of ratchetness.
It's Rita. I'm from Dominican Republic, New York, Harlem. Went to the Fifth Street Broadway.
Wow.
Okay, good. Sound like all y'all got little.
Oh, she cool. She's like a little ghetto jump. Put them big hoop earrings on. I don't like all that.
Your eyes is big as hell. You look like E.T.
Like that natural shit. She done been in the motherfucking.
So what that means I know how to.
Oh, you look nice. You're just not my type.
Okay, good. I don't want to be your type.
I ain't gonna lie. I like natural women.
Okay, well, you look like you know magic. It's okay.
You don't know. I do.
I just don't like you.
Yeah. This that tool. This that magic.
That's the magic.
Get up out of here. But nah, for real, nah, you seem like you cool. I ain't gonna lie. You seem like you fly. I definitely would chill with you on some shit.
Yeah, we look like we could be friends. Like, I always carry chapstick. Look, you need some.
That was a good one. I like that. See, she's from New York, so I can get with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Jersey, so that's cool. But my mother would be like, hell no.
I wouldn't want to meet your mom. That's why we just going back and forth for who got more than.
You fly though. Okay. You fly. You be sis.
Okay, we go back to them because I'm just interested in them.
All right, guys. So why did you keep your balloon?
Because he trying to next.
Facts. You know that.
Yeah, I can tell. I could go. I could go on one date with you. I could do a date like sushi or comedy. If you're romantic, I like that.
So what's your perfect first date?
Sushi in Magic City on a Monday. I mean, we cannot. That's not something you plan. It happens.
Do you like more than?
Depends. I could have and be cool. I was with someone for 12 years.
Yeah.
And the sex is not good. Funny, gotta look good. I'm in the spotlight. I gotta be able to be okay with that. Gotta be okay to take me and other men, you know.
Other
Show me
men.
attention.
She takes Ratchet to a whole new level. She's just there to smash. She makes that real. Not gonna lie, some of the jokes, especially she put on Ron Weasley, was hilarious about he look like he do magic. That shit sent me. But other than that, she's just Ratchet. The way she talks, she walks, she's there. She dropped it low. She showed her shit real quick when she bent over and started twerking. Like, she's there to smash. She even lets them know she's there to smash. Even homie was like, yeah, you just good for smashing. Definitely not someone you can bring home to your mom's, not even close. This chick couldn't even take out my trash. Them earrings are crazy. They sit on her shoulder while her head is just straight. So, I mean, the ghetto-ness here is apparent. She says Dominican, New York, whatever she said, is just full of ghetto. Her voice deeper than mine. Raspy, like Jadakiss. It's nasty. She's there to just smash. I don't know if this is a spinoff of Pop the Balloon in Atlanta, but I mean, this looked like a spinoff of the show because, this is as ratchet as they come. The twerking was crazy. And someone's smashing, but then that's it. She ain't nothing more than that. I figure she can get dick wherever she want to get it, but she got to go on the show to make them numbers go up. So good for her. I don't even know if this is a good time. Probably is a cave in there, but not a long time for sure.
I believe I figured it out. You drifted too far. Girlies ain't watching HGTV and Food Network no more. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Walk with me. Like, the girls don't have anybody to look up to. I don't want to look up to an influencer that's shaking her butt on a yacht in Miami. Girl, can you or can you not properly make a bed? I have been watching HGTV and Martha Stewart for the past couple days. Complete game changer. I'm feeling very unstoppable. Very homemaker-like. Very I'm about to go invest in an apron. Because what? What's the last thing you put in your crock pot, girl? If you even have one. I'm 25 years old and I can bust a pot roast down like a 65-year-old Southern grandmama. Because I watch the Food Network. Y'all don't be...
We can't wash men off. Period. No, I need you to hear me. We cannot wash men off. There will always be a remnant of the men that we've been with inside of our bodies for life. So if you are just filled with all of these different people, you know how many different soul ties, demon spirits you got in your body?
But so do men, though.
No, men can wash us off.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying because we are incubators and they are the whatever.
Penetrators. That's what they are. Yeah. It's a sport, especially for certain types of men. And for us to sit here and act like we could be just like men, that's wild.
Me and my buddy catching his girlfriend coming to hang out with me and cheat on him.
Not only did she get caught in this manner, we have to see the conclusion as to what excuse she might make up.
So, you want to explain?
Don't explain why you like me?
Given the situation we're in right now, why are we asking those type of questions? Why does it matter if he lied or not? Do you know what situation you are in?
Why did I lie to you?
Oh, nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong.
Yeah, what did I ask you? No, I said, hey, what are you doing today? What's your plans today? Oh, I got dinner with so-and-so.
I didn't say I had dinner with so-and-so.
Yeah, you didn't say you didn't have. Exactly. I had to get it from him. So, good luck, buddy. Anyways, let me come grab my shit.
I have to take a sip of my beverage after this. You know what I'm saying? It tastes sweeter. Just after watching this video. You know what I'm saying? This is what I am talking about. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see situations like this unfold in the way they're supposed to, it brings a smile to my face. You know what I'm saying? When justice is served, it's such a fulfilling feeling. Whenever I witness events unfold in the way they're supposed to, it feels like a puzzle gaining its missing piece. I feel complete. I feel whole. You know what I'm saying? This is genuinely, that makes me happy right here. You know what I'm saying?
How much is an eyeshadow palette? How much is like her nails? That's why men like pay for dates and things.
So in a scenario where I could demonstrate that I spend more money getting ready, are you okay with a woman fully paying for the date?
No.
Okay, so then why would that even be an argument then?
Can you repeat the question?
I'm a really high earning guy going on a date with a girl who's not broke, but she makes $70,000 a year and I make $1 million. And I pick her up in a Lamborghini.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely spent more money showing up to that date than she did.
Yeah, but...
So if I show up in my Lamborghini and my Rolex and my custom suit and whatever, I've spent more money in preparation showing up for that date. Should she fully pay for the whole date?
No.
But I spent more money getting ready.
I am never going to pay for a first date.
And not only did I spend more on my clothes, my Lamborghini, all of that stuff, I'm worth more. I'm a valuable person. You want to be a millionaire. I can show you what I did to become a millionaire. So at that point in time, it would be the privilege to you to be in my presence. Think about if Chris Brown or one of these actors came out and said, hey, I want to go to dinner with you. You would want that. Oh man, he didn't pay. I expected him to pay, but I was just excited to be there with this guy. He's a celebrity, man. I'll do anything for him. And you do that. I'm paying anything you want. I'm gonna get it for you, just to be in your presence. But you're gonna expect men to listen. And when people say that, oh well, I ain't gonna do that. I'm still the woman. Okay, then that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Y'all just want to be paid for. Y'all don't want to have any responsibility. Y'all just my energy is worth being paid for. You don't want to have an active part in the dating process, which is why men ain't courting you guys no more.
If she constantly brags about her work husband and is so excited, my work husband, you have every right to be pissed off, because I'm telling you right now, if the roles were reversed and you came home saying, babe, my work wife, like what? Your work who? Hell no. Why is it that there is such a huge double standard between men and women? And you know damn well I'm right, because we would not put up with our husbands coming home talking about, I got a work wife. Hell to the mother trucking no. So why is it okay for women to come home and talk about their work husbands and be all giddy about a work husband? Absolutely not. If you're a man and you're in a committed relationship or married and you have a significant other, a wife, saying that she has a work husband, you have every right to raise a red flag. You have every right to question that relationship, because absolutely not. There should be no label with anyone at work in that context, because if you are with somebody and you're committed with somebody else, why are you putting a label on somebody that you work with? That is disgusting behavior. I said what I said. If you want a relationship strategy, call one-on-one, go book it in my link tree in bio. And if you like my content, please like and follow. Have a wonderful day.
If you ask a woman and you say, oh, are you dating right now? She'll probably tell you no, or she'll tell you that, she's not in a relationship and hasn't been in a relationship for months or years. But if you ask her and you say, so are you celibate? The truth is no, or the answer is usually no. Or she's still sleeping with someone, which means the dude that she's rewarding on an intimate level, she doesn't want to talk about that. No. Women don't go on these long dry spells like you think they do. Women always have somebody. And until you start to understand this, that you were raised since childhood to always respect women, and women were raised since childhood to always put themselves first, until you start to break free of that, you are in for a rude awakening, because it is going to get harder and harder and harder for you to communicate effectively.
If your wife claims that having to do housework is like having a full-time job, tell her that if that were the case, you would hire someone who is actually good at it. You would hire someone who can meet a deadline. You would hire someone who could actually do it with a positive attitude. Tell your wife if having to do housework was a full-time job, she would immediately be put on a performance improvement plan. Also, if your wife claims that having to do housework is a full-time job, isn't she just admitting that you're her manager? Flex on your wife with Sound Advice merch.
Are men and women equal? Actually, women are better than men. What do men bring to the world? Literally nothing. Women, the vibes, just everything.
Everything you know and love. If you look around the entire infrastructure of our nation, our economy, every building you walk into, the way that you are portraying your ideas and opinions is through technology and infrastructure and an economy and a nation that was not only built, but is still maintained to this day by men.
Did men allow you to have that haircut?
Cool. You taking personal attacks makes me seem like the more intelligent.
Okay, I understand.
Validate your point, not some personal attack because
Okay,
you're
I
losing
understand.
the argument. Feminism stops whenever it's inconvenient for y'all. By definition, you are delusional if you cannot defend your ideas.
You should go.
I actually don't go to
And he had to really tear apart foolishness before he got to the matter at hand. That was her being stupid, saying dumb stuff. Oh, did they give you that haircut? Stupid. Stupid. You worried about the wrong thing. Worry about what I just said.
A lot of us were raised by women who hate men. Women who had so much unresolved pain, bitterness, and trauma that they passed that hatred down. Nobody wanted to talk about it because it disrupts the narrative that women can do no wrong. But be honest, how many of y'all grew up hearing, don't depend on no man, all men are dogs, don't let no man play with you, men only want one thing? But not once did they tell you how to choose a good man. Not once did they tell you how to communicate with a man. Not once did they tell you that not all men are your enemy. The wild part about it is most of those women wasn't healing. They was projecting. They was recruiting you into their war against men that they started, that they lost, and that they never recovered from. Now whole generations of women is out here fighting battles that they never experienced. Blaming men they never even met. Getting into relationships already angry at somebody who isn't even in the room.
What's up, y'all? So everybody talking about Fantasia and her husband. And recently he proposed again or whatever it was. He interrupted her concert to get on one knee and propose to her with an 11-carat ring. He does not have 11-carat ring money. So we just automatically assuming that he bought her a ring with her own money. Even the Minister Farrakhan, called him Fantasia's husband. That was a sneak diss. that was a sneak diss. But at the end of the day, Fantasia, Super, Candy, they all married men who had less than them. And to be honest with you, none of those women are gonna win. I mean, Candy going through her divorce right now with Todd.
Me because this is another BBW, and when I say BBW, I am not talking about a big, beautiful woman, but I'm talking about a bitter, black, single woman that does not have a husband in sight, getting on this internet, telling the internet what somebody can afford as if they have access to their bank account. You're on here telling these women, stay single, get a dog, and die lonely like you. Nobody wants to be middle-aged and alone. Nobody damn sure wants to be 50 years old on the internet speaking negatively about other people's relationships because you don't have one. You're not in their tax bracket. You're not in their aesthetic bracket. You're not even in their age bracket. We got to stop this. We have to stop trying to destroy black love or act as if things don't happen in relationships or if things don't happen in marriages. And when did we start making romance about finance? I've never seen so many 50-year-old gold diggers with no gold and no man and no ring. But with all of these opinions, single relationship coaches in 2026 need to be canceled. Spend more time focusing on you and maybe you won't die alone. Am I lying?
50 years old. Still out there in the streets. 50 years old. How am I going to marry this? If this is you at 50, how am I going to take care of this if this is you at 50? How do I have any confidence in you to be a decent mother and wife if this is you at 50? If this is the way that you think at 50, what confidence do I have in you to lean on you for real answers? None.